You're on.
All right.
Maybe.
Uh,
You guys need a minute to talk about what you want to do, or
Yeah, I'm good to go. I was just closing Overwatch because I don't need to play it right now. I need to do this, and it is closed, so I am good.
well, Queen, you got my message. Let's hear it, Chummer.
All right. Well, first off, relax. I just got your info off the Jack Point from the Tender Hearts thread, so nothing going on there other than replying to that. But I got some information when I investigated it that I thought you might be interested in.
Sure.
I'm also interested in hearing your account of what happened there, just so I get all sides. But I am willing to offer up some of my information first, if that is agreeable.
Yeah. Let's hear what you get first.
All right. So today I went into the facility. I was able to look around, and I encountered this Dr. Morals. It is my understanding that you also encountered Dr. Morals.
I was, yes, I was in an exam room with him.
All right. Well, I'm not sure of the exact specifics of your encounter, but I think that there has been some sort of misunderstanding, and I believe that we are all on the same side in this one. I'd be happy to try to clear anything up if you would like, because I'm sure that sounds strange.
Let's meet somewhere on the pub.
All right.
We'll just go the body at his apartment into VR and give you coordinates for some remote host that's pretty isolated.
Yep, that works for me.
What I experienced in there wasn't fun. What I want to hear your side first before I tell you what I have.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that, I mean, even just from what we've talked about on the latest Jack Point, is that Nevermore and I did some Matrix recon on the host of the facility. I encountered an individual there who I later did successfully determine to be Dr. Morals. And he was non-aggressive to me or to Nevermore, though I don't think he directly encountered Nevermore. And I was able to set up a meeting with him in which we discussed the facility in general. And I don't believe that he is the threat that we have made him out to be. I believe that he was just doing his, well, not even just doing his job. He was trying to protect his own. But if you had any different encounter with him that might change that opinion, I would be happy to hear it. But I was able to meet with him without anything untoward happening, and I was very vigilant about that.
Did you physically meet with him?
Yes, I did.
How do you perceive the Matrix?
I believe that from what the doctor told me from his encounter with you, that we perceive the Matrix in a very similar way.
Did he touch you?
He did.
What do you think he is?
I believe that he is like us.
I would agree,
Mm-hmm.
but not quite. Did you interact with him at all?
Yes, I did.
When I was in the examination room, he also interacted with me.
Mhm.
There's something wrong with him. There's something different. I can't really explain it, but it wasn't normal. And I need to make sure that you are not working with him now.
Okay. Well, I would say that as far as I don't think that he is a threat, and I think that in terms of what we are, he is trying to positively affect our as a group, not ours and you and me. Um, just how we not. I think he's trying to help and shelter people and assist them in their coming to terms with what they are and what we are, if you understand me. But I'm interested to hear what you think is wrong with him.
In our initial investigation,
Mhm.
I got a file on Diana Walsh.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty clearly intercepted by Dr. Morales,
Mm-hmm.
and it was an empty file. But once I dove into it, it felt dark. It felt like tar. It didn't feel like code. It didn't feel like true resonant code. It was corrupt. It was bad, and it was yucky. And Morel's image appeared in that file in the middle of all of it, and it said to join us. And he reached his hand out for me.
Well, in terms of reaching his hand out, I don't know your experience with techniques, but I there are some of us who can communicate in that way as to, not arise suspicion from verbal or matrix conversation, if you know what I mean, which is what my experience with him was as well. All I'm saying is I think that if there was something weird about the way he was, I think that perhaps, I mean, from what I can tell, he is quite strong, and I think that maybe that's just some technique that he used that we are not yet on the level for, if you know what I mean. But I think that you should try to contact him. I don't think you should just go and meet him in person, because as I can tell that you're not comfortable with that, but I think that he could be a positive person for any of us in our particular condition to encounter and interact with. But that's just my opinion. But from my personal interview with him, I can definitely say that he is on the level.
If, in my eyes, if a doctor is trying to help somebody, he doesn't immediately try to gain control of them or touch them and try to gain access where he shouldn't. Both him and his nurse that he had with him tried to do something, and I'm lucky I got out of there before it happened.
I think that whatever they were trying to do, I think that was them doing their job, trying to protect whatever your job was to go in and get. But in my opinion, that is just a conflict on a professional level, but I don't believe that there was anything personal behind it. As I said, after I was able to speak with them, they made no attempt to track me down, and I eventually came to them and was able to get a better idea of what was going on there.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. You're a female, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, miss. I'm inclined to believe you're being misled.
Well, I'm just trying to clear the air, but that if you don't care to believe me, that is on you. I'm not going to try to force you to listen to me.
Did you get into the research facility? Did you find Diana Walsh?
I did not hunt down Diana Walsh, no.
That
was not the reason for my going there.
What about the facility?
I'm interested to hear more about this research facility in particular, but I was just at the main hospital facility itself. I don't know any of the details that weren't disclosed from your run, so I'm not sure what you or your team was after. I was just investigating the rumors of the Technomancer cult, which I think that is just not a good way to describe what's going on there.
I don't know about a cult. That's speculation from those other chummers I ran with. The building behind the hospital, behind the facility, is looks like an auxiliary building. We weren't able to get a good look in there, but there was very little technology around, and it didn't seem like an inviting place to hold people with our talents. It seemed like a forceful place to keep our...
Did you confirm that there were any of us in there?
We weren't able to in time.
Okay. Well, that may bear some investigation, but I can say that I was actually able to stay there for a full day, like day and night, and no one attempted to take me into the back for any particular reason. I was actually given pretty much full access to dissuade my fears, but in a future, if it would help you at all, I can look into that, or we could figure something out. But I think that, like I said, I think that this is just a collective of people like us who are just trying to stay under the radar. And I think
you're glitching out.
We're going to start clicking out, and I can try to get back to what I was saying.
I can hear you, but yeah, you get kind of fragmented.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that it was that as opposed to a cult, they are a collective of our people just trying to stay under the radar and to protect their own. And I think that if we continue to draw attention to them, and, well, not even just to them, to any grouping of our people in general, that will just lead to particular factions of less morally minded runners who might just try to take them and sell them to corporations for the bounty. So I think that it is for the protection of all of us that we should stick together on this one. But again, I'm not trying to force you into anything. I just would prefer if we were all on the same side instead of infighting in a world that already hates us.
I'll go back there, but I'm not going back there as a patient, and I'm not going back there unarmed. I've met people with our talents before, and I don't know if you've been infected with whatever he's had, but I've never felt anything like what he did to that file. It was wrong. It didn't feel like resonance.
Well, I can't explain that. Maybe it was just, maybe you just perceived it differently. I honestly can't tell you, but I did not have such an experience there. But I took my own precautions when going there and found them to be unnecessary, but I implore you to take your own precautions if you go back. If you would like to have a meeting with Dr. Morals, I could definitely set that up. But again, this requires trust on both sides. But if you are not willing to meet with him, then I won't force you to.
Are you telling me that you're going to tell him that you talked to me?
Only if you wish me to. I won't tell him if you don't
No.
want me to. Okay. I can tell you that he did mention you, and that he has attempted to ensure that you are not tracked down, if that means anything to you, you and your team, because apparently there could have been an investigation, but it was stymied, and so you may take that as you will.
If you truly are infected, I implore you to keep an open mind with him. I will be happy to go back there, but like I said, it won't be unarmed and as open as I was and as reckless as I was the first time.
That's fair. I'd also implore you to keep an open mind as well. I think that you had a bad first experience with the doctor, and I will continue to keep an eye on him, and should I discover anything that I think is untoward about him, you will be the first to know.
You probably know about the Faraday cage. I believe that Scooter was pretty clear on the fact that his drone went in and then poofed.
Okay, that's what I thought as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out.
No, you good. I'm just here to answer those questions.
They had something. They had something to block communication in there. One of our guys lost communication with their device in there, and that was in that building, that facility.
All right. Like I said, I have pretty decent access to the facility. If you tell me where it is, I can try to.
It's
Take
a
a
smaller
look.
building off the main building. It looks like an auxiliary building. It's kind of to the side of the main building.
Okay.
If he was trying to help us, I don't see the reason why he would have that building. But I feel like you mean well, and I don't want you to go in there and not come back out.
Like I said, I've been in and out, but not of that place. I will definitely look into it. I will add that they are a mental health facility. Like, they're not all like us there. It's a smaller grouping as far as I can tell. So they do treat other patients, and they do treat things like sensory overload syndrome and apes and things like that. So it would not surprise me if there was an area free from Matrix travel, but I will investigate it and I'll see what I can turn up.
Did you meet anybody else with the gift besides Morales?
I met Morales, and I met I met the nurse. Sorry, I don't know exactly what her title was. And I don't believe I encountered. I don't believe that I interacted with anyone else. But Rob, you can correct me on that if I am wrong.
Probably not actually like interacted, but maybe like walked by some people in the road, like that kind of thing, throughout the
Like,
course of the.
okay,
Um,
I did not actively interact with anyone else like us while I was there.
no,
But again, this was.
I don't think you were
Uh,
exactly looking for others.
it's true. I didn't actively go out of my way to look for anyone. So, nope. But I believe that it would not be difficult to encounter more, and I could question them as well. But the main point is, I just wanted to clear the air. Just I don't think there needs to be any more. Uh, I don't think we need to infight in our community because we have enough posed against us anyway. And I think that Dr. Morals could be a positive influence for the Seattle community if we don't accidentally get him and his people destroyed by those who want to collect the bounty on our people.
How was the nurse? Did she? How did she seem to you?
Well, when I went into the host, before I went in physically, she seemed to be trying to provide overwatch and doing her job, but she was called off by the doctor when I spoke with him, and when I encountered her in the facility proper, physically, she seemed quite nice. We actually shared some techniques.
Hmm. Okay. We'll leave it at that then.
All right, that's all I really wanted to get out in the open.
Sure. You can see that Ruth's persona. He kind of backs away from you a little bit. He's like, "I'll leave you to your own devices then. Just don't do anything stupid. I'll don't want to end up having to hurt you because he did something to you that makes you a different person."
I can assure you that I am exactly who I was before I went in there, but I understand your caution. Like I said, I definitely took my own precautions before I went anywhere near it, just because I know I've seen what happens when corporations get their hands on us, and I would never allow that to happen to me. But I will keep your secret, and I hope that you do not disclose anything about me to anyone else.
I don't think it's corporate.
I don't think that they're corporate either, but and that's the only reason that I have any trust for them whatsoever. But I also don't think that there's anything nefarious going on there from my personal experience. But I will do more research, and I will keep you appraised of it if anything comes of it.
I look forward to it. If I don't meet you again before I go back there, I wish you luck.
You too.
Well,
You see the persona disappear.
Yep.
is there anything either of you would like to do in this situation?
I reboot my. We'll reboot his mind throughout the night. He'll just sleep off with his mind turned off for the night.
Yep. Before I leave, I will check myself for marks.
I assume you don't find any unless Root wants to roll some dice on you.
Nah, not this time.
And I'll also just perceive the area for any resonant signatures to see if anyone did any complex forms in the area before I go.
I don't think Root did anything crazy, did he?
Nope.
All right. I didn't expect it, but that was just standard procedure.
Yep.
It's quite alright. Um, out of character.
Mhm.
I apologize for being so shady.
That is what I expected, and I think that that is exactly what is merited from anyone in the Shadow community. So I take no offense to it at all. Full disclosure: when I went to the meeting earlier, I had a Cortex bomb implanted in my head, so that if they tried to grab me, I would detonate it, and I would send a dump to the hub over what happened.
Holy crap, man!
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
how.
like what I was very thorough with not wanting to get caught because I have seen what happens to technomancers who get caught.
And I wish I had like perceived and saw that you had a Cortex bomb somewhere linked to you somehow.
It is not matrix active because I knew they were technomancers. It is a muscle thing. I do want to get a X-ray of it so I can show people that I'm serious. Sometimes like this is the bomb in my head.
I mean, you could probably have gotten that from the dock wagon guys if you wanted
Sweet. That's canon now. I have a I have a
Yeah.
bomb in my head and
That's
an
pretty
X-ray
rad.
of it. Yeah, I yeah I you don't sometimes you don't want to get taken alive.
I thought they saved those for when didn't want you to leave services. They give you one of those.
That is also definitely true. But my original plan was a tooth compartment with poison, but I am a dwarf and get a hilariously large amount of dice to resist any poison, so I would need like a lot of poison to kill me. And I was like, that would not work. They would get me. I would die.
That's funny because I have Root has a weak immune system, so anything that touches me, I'm like ah.
All right. Well, then you can definitely go for the tooth compartment because again, it is another zero essence thing, and if you ever need to not get affected, it is a good strategy. So there's some advice.
Yeah.
Noted. Thanks.
Kink bombs also take no essence. So,
It's true.
What bombs?
cranial bombs, kink bombs.
Oh,
Yeah. So if you ever have like 10K, you want to put a bomb in your head, you let me know. I'm happy to let you roll for that.
I'll have Dr. Morales put it in for me.
That seems like a bad idea, but
Nah.
Doc Wagon will do it.
Yeah. The Queen was more than happy to sign up to have a bomb exploded.
I wasn't
Yeah.
aware it was active, so I mean that's good.
Yeah, it very, very much beat the alternative. I didn't know what I was expecting when I went in earlier with that. Like I did the solo earlier today with Dr. Morales, and I expected a lot of bad things, and a lot of bad things did not happen, and I was genuinely shocked.
Make it sound like I'm just trying to grab up any Technomancer trying to get my hands on.
A lot of people are, Rob. A lot of people are.
I would say that's pretty accurate. Oh, he didn't say anything. I think I hit a nerve.
I was muting to let you guys do your thing, so I wanted to not interrupt, I guess. That and my girlfriend was coughing pretty badly, so.
That's fine. My 9-month-old likes to cry periodically when she's trying to go to sleep and stuff. So
Yeah. But yeah,
I can't
no,
complain about anybody having poor mic.
but yeah, no. If Root wants to do something on his own at some time, you let me know and we'll settle some stuff.
Honestly, I want. I forget who we even worked with the first time, but the tabloid reporter. I want him to get a couple people together with me again to investigate that auxiliary building.
You want him to put up
Probably.
another posting?
Yeah, I don't want to go in there alone. No way. Not since I know I'd be locked in there once I got in there too.
Would you though?
I mean, probably. Not necessarily in a room, but I mean, I'd probably find that that fly spy in there.
Maybe.
Or the janitor swept it up.
The janitor's like, oh, hey, this is like 2,000 yen I can sell for. Sweet.
Yo, that would be hilarious if he goes to buy one on my table and I'm like, yeah, he sells you this one. It's got a dent in it right where you remember it being.
Your signature, your matrix signature from your rig is on there.
The device is already owned by you. That's weird.
That would be hilarious.
Otherwise, I got nothing.
Yep,
Sure.
I think that is everything that I needed to convey.
You
Oh,
got it.
actually, Rob, can I abuse your table?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want on my table. If it's not
I
relevant to this, though, I'll stop recording, though.
it's not